I must have been going probably about 45 miles an hour. She pushed my car backwards off the road and into the ditch. I ended up still being stuck in the car and them telling me that the jaws of life were coming and that it was going to take like another 20 minutes for them to get there. I was about a mile and a half from work, so I had just gotten in my car. I was just driving up this really steep hill that headed south out of Ellison Bay, Door County, Wisconsin. So I was going like 40, 45, and it's a hill with then a curve from my vantage point to the left. And I'm looking up this hill and this car is coming so fast at me in my lane down the hill. And all I had time to do was be like, take my foot off the gas and essentially lean on my horn. I don't believe that I had any reaction to like turn off the road, or I didn't know what to do. What do you do when someone's driving straight at you? Like, you turn into the other lane and it becomes your fault. You turn off the road and you put yourself into the ditch and she doesn't hit you and it's your fault. Like, I had no reaction time essentially. And I am trapped in my car essentially at this point. I'm like, my passenger side is entirely in the woods. I was seriously like caved in and like everything was like around me like this. Like the dash of the car was essentially like touching my knees, and I didn't even know that something was wrong with my knee at that point. I knew my arm was broken though, and I knew that I had broken both of my bones. I ended up still being stuck in the car and them telling me that the jaws of life were coming and that it was going to take like another 20 minutes for them to get there. But essentially I was like, you need to like chop down those bushes and open my passenger side door and get a bodyboard over there, and I am going to pull myself up and scoot my butt over to my passenger side seat, and you're gonna take me out from there, because there was no way that I was sitting for another 20 minutes fully conscious in my vehicle. And ended up getting to the hospital like 45 minutes later after like a very highly entertaining ambulance ride, and then had these x-rays, and they were like, you know, originally they had gone from, we're just gonna get your arm all cast up and you're just gonna go home tonight, to your other ambulance is here, and like another shot of morphine, because they had found out not only had I broken one bone in my arm, which to set bones in your arm you have to have one intact. And so I had not only my radius really broken, but my ulna was not only broken, but like about 3 to 4 centimeters of it was like shattered to smithereens and like didn't exist essentially anymore. It was really amazing because I ended up getting out of the hospital 3 days after the accident. I have a long road to go to still be completely back in my body from it. Physical healing has gone really well, but the emotional component, I definitely still have like some releasing to do around all of that. All the while all of this is happening, this woman who hit me, whose name was Michelle Johnson, she got to spend the night in jail the night she hit me, and then her mom bailed her out. And she got to go home and be with her kid, and not only go home and be with her kid, which I think is important, but unfortunately she was still able to drive, and she still had her license, and she ended up getting another drinking ticket 2 weeks after she hit me, and so created another felony against herself for drinking while being on bail, essentially, or whatever the legal mumbo jumbo is around that. She and I are gonna meet, I think, on the year anniversary of when this all went down, just to kind of like engage. And I don't really have animosity towards her in any way anymore, but I definitely have $13,000 worth of medical bills that still need to be paid, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay them. Like, she's definitely the one who's gonna be paying those bills. So we'll see what happens.